Hello. Second video. So I think it will be better than the last one. Today I feel a bit sick, so I wanted to seize the opportunity instead of going for a run or doing something better. I wanted to record this episode for a while. Yes. Before I start, I was I am planning to post, I don't know, around 50, 60 videos minimum, because when think I think there are some books and things that I want to talk, and when I generally think about them, there will be around 50 or 100, which is nice because I enjoy doing it. I have no much expectations about the channel. I will use it only for as an archive, and maybe years later there's some people who care about me, my relatives or my friends, or I don't know, younger people than me, if you want to watch or see what was I thinking, what was I considering, uh, then that would be a good source. And I will not do editing or stuff. I don't want to spend more time than I spent now. Um, and I will not include any intro music or I don't know, some colorful bullshit or like this clickbaits. I don't want to do them, because like this social media, I hate that. Mostly all of that colors, effects, edits, cuts, adverbs. So it's tiring. So I will keep it simple as possible. And I will not chill. I will chill, sorry. If you have a hurry, I think you shouldn't watch this channel. No. There are millions of other things to watch. Yes. Today I also have a book that, like the last episode, um it wasn't on my reading list. I had an invitation for a birthday party last month. A friend of mine, and when I was at her place at the party, I usually like looking people's libraries, especially when they have one. And like I was having a look to see what kind of books are my friends reading, and to see and try to find a nice book that it didn't come to my mind to read it, but like your friends are kind of a reference, right? when they say it's a good book, you will like to read it. And I found this book called How We Learn. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Title is clear, I think. It's about learning, it's about education, it's about brain. And it mostly talks about like the learning mechanisms of the brain, what happens there, how we learn, why we learn, why children learn much faster, why we learn slower when we get older, and what should we do to teach children better, and that kind of stuff. So I was at her place and I saw this book, and I usually like that kind of books, like when the title is clear. There's a question how we learn, and I hope the author will talk about how we learn. And I asked her, "Hey, like, how is this book?" And she said, I bought it, but I never had a chance to read it, so you can have it." I was like, "Okay, let's see." And it was a nice book. I think you should read it if you have time and interest, because learning is something we need to do lifelong, especially if you are not that smart. I think I'm a member of that team, but learning is something enriching, enriches our lives, to see things from the other perspectives and being able to notice things that you didn't before, the connections, the meanings, the relations. I think if you choose not to learn, or if you don't push yourself to keep discovering, keep learning, you choose voluntarily a blindness. You choose not to see, not to understand. And I think, I keep say I think, but when we say learning, people are often led to think it is something that you need to push lots of effort and obtain some skills or some knowledge, which is the case most of the times, but I think it's not only that. We have some constraints in our heads, some walls, some norms maybe, and they 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 block us to see what we could see. more widely, more deeper, more colorful. And I think being able to getting over these barriers, these walls, these fences, by trying to being like open-minded and more welcoming to new ideas is a sort of learning too. It shouldn't be only like getting new knowledge, getting new capabilities, studying hard, pushing yourself hard, and yes, I can do it now. I think it's not learning is all about. I think unlearning some things that we have taught, that we have been taught, is some sort of a learning too. Yes, I am thirsty. I will get a water real quick. Second. Yes, perfect. About the book, like I will not summarize the book. If you are interested, how we learn, how the brain works, brain of newborns and stuff, read it. But what I liked a lot, there was a chapter in this book about like in philosophy. Maybe you have already heard that kind of discussions. There are discussions about our knowledge and our minds, and that do people come to world with like a blank state, like all free mind without anything inside, or we have some ideas, we have some knowledge already in our heads. And in this book, it says neurologically, like babies know stuff when they were born. They have some intuitions about reality, and the examples, the experiments that I liked, it's about this object concept. So when the babies come to world and look around and stuff, they have already this concept of objects. And when things that contradicts their intuition happen, they surprise. Baby surprise. And like the scientists show this reaction in an experiment, which is like there's a box, but the baby cannot see the inside of the box. and the scientist keeps picking the balls inside of the box and show to the baby, and they keep doing it, and they keep pulling red balls, keep pulling red balls, red balls, red balls, and baby looks okay, and then no surprise, keep coming red balls. And when they show the remaining balls inside of the box, remaining balls inside of the box, when baby sees that the box is full of yellow balls, it surprises. It surprises. It's like, it says, what the fuck? Like, this guy kept pulling red balls, and I thought in the box there will be red balls, not yellow balls. So it shows that babies have already this probabilistic assumptions in their head. Like when someone is keep pulling red balls, then there should be a red ball source, not other balls. And they want to see, and the scientists wanted to see if there were other assumptions of the babies that are like deep rooted in our brains, actually. Like when we talk about babies, but we were also babies, so like we keep carrying this like deeply rooted thoughts or assumptions, intuitions still. And there's a study that got my attention and like made me think about this book a lot. Like, because if you just keep reading, it's very nice, but it's like I didn't read much that surprised me. It was properly written neurology book, But this knowledge of animals and people chapter, they talk about a experiment, and it's called Intuition of Psychology. Experts say that when a baby sees a moving object, the way the baby thinks is there's an object and it wants to move. It is its or his or her intention to move. Object wants to move, so it moves. It's clear until now. And then for a baby, then when it sees the cars, cats, and birds and stuff, it doesn't make the distinction of alive or not at the beginning. It just thinks it is moving, it wants to move. All good, no surprise. Then they show these babies like moving balls, and then babies look at the balls, and they think, yes, ball moves, and just like watch when baby stuff, and they fall because they cannot sit properly, and they just crawl around, no surprise. And then they put a wall, like a barrier or a block, that prevents the ball's route to reach his destination, so that there's a block. What ball needs to do is ball goes, jumps, or overcomes the barrier and continues its route, its way, its path. And babies watch it, and no surprise, because there's a wall, ball cannot go, because objects usually cannot walk through each other if you're not a ghost. and it just jumps. The surprising part comes now. They take out the wall. Now, like the path of the ball is free again. And when the ball just moves and repeats the movement with the block, but there's no block anymore, and continues, baby surprises. Baby thinks like, why? What is this? What is the intention of it? It could just walk or move. There is no wall anymore. Then why it jumps? The reason why this movement surprises the baby is the baby cannot understand the intention of the ball. Even though there is no meaning, because some scientist moves the ball. Like the ball doesn't have a free will. The ball doesn't have an intention actually. The ball is just there, and then people are making an experiment there. But for the baby, this moving object had an intention. Now it moves in a way that I cannot understand. And then they just go crazy. What the fuck? You might think that, oh, like these babies are not that smart, but I think they are. And the way they think, it's not that different than how we think. I think we do that mistake a lot too. Trying to find intentions about the things that happen around us. There might be or not, but we always tend to find the explanation, a pattern or a reasoning. And we want to find that intention so bad, sometimes we want to believe the reasonings, the intentions that doesn't exist, but it just satisfies us. In life, lots of things happen. Some of them have good consequences, bad consequences, and we always try to have reasonings or conclusions, and we try to connect them with our decisions. But I think our small decisions, our successes, our failures, our mistakes, or the things happen around us that we blame ourselves for, or the successes we want to get praised for, I think we overestimate ourselves. Yes. I want to drink more tea, and it has been already 25 minutes. If you watched my videos until the end for like a half an hour, I think you should get a life. Hmm. I don't know what I will talk about in the next video, but not yet my book. Maybe I can quickly mention about my book. It was on the desk. This is the first edition's cover, but I will already change the cover. I think it's too colorful, and as you can see, like, it's very thin. I will try to keep it thin, but the reason why it's thin because it doesn't have much descriptions and discussions and dialogues. I want to include more. Yeah, fuck, I said colorful, but you watch this video like black and white, so you cannot see the colors. But yes, the Van Gogh style walking guy on the beach on the coast, and you might say, why the fuck it has footprints then? Like, if it's the no footprint guy. I agree. In the second edition, I will consider that. Mm. Thank you for thank you for watching, and see you next week. I think I will try to post a video every week, once a week. Usually Sunday nights before Monday morning, like, you're at home, you don't want anything crazy, a little bit boring guy talks slowly, falsely, and yeah, it helps you to fall asleep. Good. Okay. Thank you for watching.